Right, hey YouTube. It's been a while. So yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a chat. So I stopped posting videos on this channel quite a while ago. In fact, the last one was something highly depressing and boring about quiet server fans. Yeah, sorry, that probably made me lose a few subscribers. So I stopped posting interesting videos around the same time that I left my previous job at Atlas. The last one was, what was it, screen installations video, and there's a bit about the server room there and all sorts. So I left Atlas in February and I went back to my old job as a website developer, which really had nothing interesting that I could film for you. But today is my first day on my own as IT manager at a company called Price's Candles. Now, for the last 2 weeks and 3 days, I've been working with a chap called Ben, their IT manager, who left yesterday. So this morning, I shall unleash hell on the company. And wow, I left sweaty handprints. Terrible. So you guys are now in the Price's Candles server room in Bedford. So you're probably wondering what on earth is going on here. So I think we'll start over here actually, where it's nice and quiet. We have a window that seemingly opens in the server room with some blinds. They were shut. So first we have this compact rack here. Now, bear with, I did lock it, check out. This rack it's basically just like a cupboard with another thing. It's full of old servers, like this really helpfully labelled server from Dell with the model number on it and all sorts. This is an old power vault. The discs have all been taken out of these servers. They're over there, next to that old heap of crap. There's honestly nothing exciting. 32-bit servers there, not going to be used for anything. Some 10100 meg switches, there's an old KVM, there's a few UPSs in there, and another couple of old school servers, like probably as old as me at the bottom. Not really sure what I'm doing with those yet, but there's no chance of using them for our production environment. They're just ancient. Up the top there are some spare server rails, nothing exciting really. There's a couple of cable panels and doors for the comms rack and some bits. That's really gonna bug me. Next round here then, we have one of our IP phones, and there's a couple of service machines here. Yes, they actually do run Windows XP. As I say, I've been here 2 weeks and 3 days. I haven't had the chance to really make any modifications, except I changed the screen because there was something really horrible over here. Yeah, so I will get round to this. This is labelled IBM 07 if my camera would focus, but it's actually called Sharon. Nice. Sharon runs our CCTV software for our shop here. And then the next machine along, IBM 09, it's actually IBM 09, you'll be pleased to know. This runs our... crikey. Yeah, that awkward moment where your phone runs out of storage after 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Pretty shoddy and a bit of an oversight. I am really sorry. I mean, yeah, on the flip side, I did have a good bit of cake and coffee while I waited. But, yeah, back to the video. My bad. Yeah, that was awkward. Right, that runs our EDI solution. Well, our old one. We've actually just gone live with a new one from a company called NetEDI. It's actually pretty good. It's a cloud-based solution. Look it up. I don't know a thing about it. That also runs a thing. Another thing. Nothing important. And it's got the software for our phone system, which is... oh my god, it's over there. It's so old. Right. Yeah, may as well hurt your eyes. And get the screen rotation back. There we go. Yep. It's a mess. I mean, it's not as bad as Atlas, let's face it. But it's not particularly splendid. Let's go for a walk. In fact, before I show you much more of the rack, let's go through this. So up here we've got some product boxes that are all empty. Sorry, that was fun. Right. So we've got some boring documents, more documents, and discs. Windows 2000, because, you know, we need this still now. And we're using 2016. Meh. Anyway. That I will show you about this IBM box here in a moment. Some crap software that no one needs. Some more crap that no one needs. And some floppy disks, because, yeah. Oh look, there's more. And a box cable. I hadn't actually latched on, there's a radiator in the server room. I literally just noticed that. I don't know how I feel about this. Right, okay. That's a terrible idea. Right. Up here, Ben's done a good job. We've got some boxes labelled. So I'm gonna guess this is not serial cables whatsoever. No, I've got no idea. Some lovely PS2 keyboards and some tape drives that clearly don't get used. Focus. You might have noticed in all of my videos I have focusing issues. I am not like a big camera guy. I'm just using my phone. Moving on. We've got a Dell PowerEdge 2800. Probably never going to use that. Probably going to drop it on my feet when I try and move it and end up with broken toes. There's an old laptop here. God knows what we got. Actually, there's two. There's an old Dell heap of crap. And gonna be exciting. Oh, it's a Toshiba heap of crap. Yay. There's one of them on my desk actually. We've got some odds and socks. Some drives which I believe are for the Dell Power Vault over there. Spin back. Got some gig network adapters, some SCSI cards, and miscellaneous server bits. There's a bag of RAM. It's not going to focus. Anyway, point being, I took one out. It was 512 meg, so that's probably all crap. Got network cables in here. They're all Cat 5. Some more hard drives. God, what have we got here? Yay! 73 gig. That is bigger than my memory stick, both in physical appearance and storage. I'm not going to carry a SCSI drive around. Anyway, drive blanks. Then we've got this Polycom video conferencing suite, which has been used about 3 times apparently. And some really crappy monitors. Flat screen. That's still quite junky. But some power leads and bits. Anyway, here's one other bit. Did it on my first week actually. It's stuck in here and I can't get that out one-handed. There's an old PS2 KVM in there that I ripped out of the rack. Hey look, it's another compact. And it's labelled and the camera doesn't focus. There we go. Right. There's some nothingness. Yeah, here's the shelf. That's quite cool actually. There's a shelf for me to put my food on when I'm eating out, but I'm kidding. Right, so the first machine that we've got here is the Dell PowerEdge 6950. This has got 32 gig of RAM. It's running Windows Server 2012 or 2, I want to say. standard edition. It may be 2012, not R2. Who knows? Right, this is running Hyper-V. It's got only a couple of VMs on it. It's got our file server, which has got one of these two arrays to itself. By the way, these are both mirrored drive pairs. It's also got our backup domain controller on there. It's running server 2008 R2, which is also our domain and forest functional level. The file server is running 2012 R2 standard. Yep, I don't actually know the spec of the processors, but it's got, I believe, dual AMD processors in that. Right, this is an OS2 machine. I know very little about it, but it's running as the voicemail server for our phone system. Yeah, just think OS2, physical separate box, voicemail. Yeah, it's amazing. Right, next down, you might remember this bad boy. This is my server that I said about silent server fans in a YouTube video a little while ago. This is only here for testing purposes. It's got a few virtual machines running on it at the moment. It's also my disaster recovery machine for my home infrastructure. I mean, there's not very much that I replicate to it at the moment, but it's running Hyper-V, and it's actually doing quite a lot, which is concerning. Yesterday I put a Windows Server 2016 Technical Preview 5 virtual machine on there, just for a laugh. Haven't really played with it, but it's a bit chunky. Moving down, we've got nothing. And then there's an R720. This has got dual Intel Xeon processors. It's again got 32 gig of RAM. Let's take it off. Yeah, you nearly broke it. Right, so what we have here is 5 1TB drives. I don't actually know how they're split off. I'm gonna guess that these are in an array. Yeah. Right. All I do know about this host is that the bezel rolls off my knee when I'm talking, and that the drive at the end here, labelled BKP1, is our backup drive. So at the moment we'll take this disk out and replace it with BKP2 every Monday night. There's not really much more to it with backups. We're only doing file level backups at the moment. They're not using Veeam, it's just using SyncBack Pro. I hope, and not the free version. And then we've got a couple of old servers here that are switched off. These are just a couple of PowerEdge 2650s. One was called File Server and the other called Server 1. Nice. And at the bottom is the UPS. And if we can get the white balance right, there you go. We've got about 49 minutes, 48 minutes, 52, 49, somewhere around that of power. Right. Let's go around the back of the rack. You might just be able to see a light patch here. Yeah, there was something here. We will see that in a bit. Power. Yeah, that's great. Right. So at the top of the rack we have a 100 meg Netgear switch. Lightning fast, I know. It's a bit crap, and it actually crashed last night, which is brilliant. So just go down the back of the rack, really. Not really much to explain. It's the first Hyper-V host we looked at. By the way, forget the nice panning. These were not velcroed up, it was just kind of cable. I found a whole, 2 or 3 Velcro cable ties? I just found a load more, so I'll sort this today, hopefully. dealers. God. Right. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you. On the same day as I made the video about silent server fans, my PSU blew up. I only have one. It's out of warranty. That's actually quite hot. Need to get a new one. Or a new server room. That's the back of the R720. And two 650s. And somewhere is that's no good. Now I need to work out what the deal is with all this power stuff, but I'm probably going to need to do a shutdown. Right, let's go over here. Nice. Tidy. This is exhilarating to look at, I'm sure. Right, let's do some walking and climbing. God. Yeah. Actually, let's start with the phone system. So it's pretty old. It's still supported, so it's only partially my problem. It's only an annoyance to me if it doesn't work, and it's held up so far. Yeah. It's a bit crap though. We have got the go-ahead to replace it. I just need to work on the appropriate solution. Seeing as it's such a small office here, we'll probably move to something like 3CX. It only needs to be a low-cost one, really. There's not much to it. Right. Here we've got a couple of 100 meg switches. Yay, focus. Oh my god, the white balance. It's terrible. There we go. Yeah, I've done it again. Just watch. If you haven't seen my first videos, watch my first couple of videos. You'll know what I mean. It's more manageable. At least it's not a whole rack. But dear Lord, my God. Yeah, I think you know what I mean. Right, the only other thing to note, other than the fact that my external hard drive cable's in the way, is this is our firewall and router for the office here as well. It's a bit pants, as is our Wi-Fi solution. It's only one of the few access points dotted around. But yeah. We've got here a connection in from our leased line on this blue cable. We've got a backup ADSL line, and then our connection into the LAN. Leased line, tricky, comes into this unit here on fibre. That then separates out. Actually, I don't really know very much about this either. Into hither. Where's the focus? There we go. Yeah, that's kind of it. So I'm going to leave you with this pretty brief rundown of our server room. There's going to be a hell of a lot of change in here. We've got things like disaster recovery procedures to do. We've got the phone system. We've got Wi-Fi, and with any luck, I'll be doing Wi-Fi in the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks. We've got server upgrades to do. We've got all sorts. So there's going to be a heck of a lot more video work on this channel now. I'd really love to kind of get interacting with some of the guys out there that know a bit more than me, as awkward as it is to say. Give ideas out to those that are still learning. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon.